Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of You Haven't Seen That Podcast. I'm Isaac.
I'm Alva.
And this is a show where we cover movies on the growing list of films that has people asking you the question,
You haven't seen that?
Intermission edition.
Woo, woo, woo.
Hey, folks. Welcome to another episode of a short form thing where we're not exactly breaking down an entire movie, but we're still covering movies because it's what we do. We don't know anything else. I'm sorry, guys. It's my only talent.
It's his only talent. Don't make fun of him.
I can also do a thing where I can touch my elbow but never mind, whole different thing. Hey, folks, we're going to be covering some movie trailers and...
What movie review?
Yeah. So, hit me with the list, Alva.
All right, we got Joker, Folie à Deux, Terrifier 3, Here,
Yes.
Wicked, and Mufasa the Lion King.
Yeah, I didn't put that one on the list, but I did want to shit on it.
Okay.
And the movie that we're going to be covering.
And the movie is Trapped by M. Night Shyamalan.
Written and directed, the way you made that sound, by illustration by Josh Hartnett. All right, which one do you want to attack first?
Let's do Joker, Folie à Deux.
Joker Folie à Deux. Okay. So you had seen just what, one of the trailers?
No, so I remembered after doing this little research right here, I did see the teaser trailer.
Okay.
But it's been so long that I don't remember anything.
It was a good teaser trailer. I also don't remember a lot of it, but I remember that it did exactly what it intended to do, which was tease me. And then the bigger trailer came out, and I enjoyed that trailer. You want to know why, dear?
Why?
Because it didn't tell you the all of the movie. You're like, oh, it showed me bits. It kind of gave me an idea of not necessarily what it's going to be about, but also how it's going to feel. You know, for those of you who haven't seen the trailer to Joker Folie à Deux, it's a musical. The movie's going to be a musical.
Yay!
I'm not a huge fan of musicals, but I don't exactly hate them. I do. A musical is actually on my list of favorite movies. So there. Okay.
Well, what musical is it?
Across the Universe. It counts.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I love it. 2006.
I don't remember.
Doesn't matter. But I want to break this trailer down a little bit because I really, really adored and loved Joker Part 1, directed by Todd Phillips, starring Joaquin Phoenix. It was a very interesting take on the character and the era that it was set in. Need I say more, but this isn't a review of that movie. When I heard that the sequel was greenlit, I had a bit of excitement, as most everybody did, because the first one was so successful. But I also had a pang of worry, because I wanted the first one it could exist in a vacuum.
Okay.
I didn't feel like it needed a sequel, but...
Same.
Right? But, you know, writers being how they are and the best of their ability are able to create good stuff. I hope that this movie is going to meet some expectations. But then I faltered a little more, because starring as Harley Quinn is...
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga!
Oh.
There are some things that I like her in, right? I'm not a huge fan of her music, and when she came on the scene, she was very, what am I doing? Everybody knows Lady Gaga, right? Then she starred in one of the seasons of American Horror Story.
Never seen it.
Hotel. At all? Any of the American Horror Stories?
I stopped watching, I think, after Asylum.
Okay.
No. Coven.
Well, Hotel was, I forget what season, doesn't matter, but she was sort of like the main villain in it and was amazing. And then she had a starring role in A Star is Born alongside Bradley Cooper and Hal Darone, and was amazing. I was surprised and I was impressed. And I was like, I want to see more of her. But then as time goes on, you see a lot of her like pop star dramatics and theatrics and stuff like that. And it's just that thing where I can't help see her only as Lady Gaga, even in those other roles. It's like there's shades of her. And so Harley Quinn is a very endeared character. Hell, she had her own spin-off thing starring Margot Robbie in Birds of Prey. That's a bar. That's set in the bar. It's tough. It's going to be a real tough one. And I've yet to see how it all plays out. I really hope she does well. You get a little bits of talking parts from her. It doesn't sound like she's going to be doing like the, telltale Harley Quinn accent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That, what is it, like Boston or something?
Something, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see how that all plays out. I'm on the fence. I'm absolutely going to see it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to like it a lot. It's just a really interesting casting choice.
Okay. I'm here for the so far from what the trailer has shown is her costumes and the makeup. I feel like I'm pretty sure she's using her own makeup line to do most of her makeup and stuff. But just how wardrobe is being used, those little glimpses that you see, it's giving like very 70s vibe. And I like that style.
Yeah.
And then you put the makeup, how it's not so dramatic, but it still gives that Harley Quinn-esque of certain things. And I'm like, perfect.
Now, another thing per this trailer, then we'll move on to the other trailers, is it doesn't look like Harley Quinn is going to be a doctor, which is like a huge part.
That we know of.
That we know of, but if you watch the trailer, to really like inspect it a bit, it looks like she is in patient scrubs or patient pajamas or whatever the hell. And it's going to be really fascinating to see how the relationship is going to play out because, I mean, it's such an interesting dynamic when it's the Joker being treated by Dr. Harleen Quinzel. You know what I mean? So we'll see how that plays out. I'm real iffy about it because of those components. I'm sure a lot of people are, but that's me nitpicking on the small things because the rest of the trailer looks fantastic.
It was really good.
Yeah. So that's my take on it. On to the next.
Oh, by the way, Joker Folie à Deux comes out October 4th.
All right, cool, sweet.
Next, Terrifier 3.
So that trailer dropped as of this recording a few short weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, and it was a teaser. It really was a teaser. If you guys aren't familiar with the Terrifier movies or Art the Clown, you're missing out. If you're a spooky person like us, and you like your B-level slasher films, this is the one for you. Again, if you're not familiar with this character or with this movie, Art the Clown first debuted in, what's it called? It was All Hallows Eve, is what it was?
Yes.
Real shitty movie. I mean, this is me saying, there was some real shitty movies. Real, like, whatever is below B-level. They were, they were okay. You know, a fun movie to have on in the background during the Halloween or whatever. And then that movie recognized that Art the Clown was the most interesting part about that movie, and thus spawning Terrifier 1, which was a B-level movies, fun slasher, violence and stuff like that. And then part 2 came out, and like the budget got a little better, and there was a story arc, and I was like, holy shit, they're actually doing something with this, and it took off. And thanks to my sister Pearl, she introduced me to that character, and I've since fallen in love with it. So hearing that they're going to do a part 3, which is going to be it's going to be taking place during the Christmas season, although it's coming out
October 11th.
Hell yeah, I am on board. So I'm on board with this movie. The trailer itself was just a simple teaser, nothing. I mean, teasers are teasers. They just show you that they're doing the thing, and you know what you're signing up for. So in case you guys weren't aware of Art the Clown, there you go, Terrifier 3. It's coming out this year. Stay tuned. Check it out in your local theaters. I really hope it comes out everywhere.
Also, if you are not a fan of gore, like lots of blood,
the gore.
Please take that as a warning.
Holy shit.
That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, man.
If you get squeamish at a lot of blood, this movie may not be for you.
Which, by the way, if you're not familiar or if you're not aware as to why people like us love B-slasher movies, it's the creative kills. You know, the things like, oh, how's he going to die? Is he going to get stabbed? It's like, no, he's going to get cheese grated on the back and then salt thrown. You're like, oh, dear Lord. Yeah. I love that. Body gore, body horror. We're sick people. We know this. Next movie.
This one is Here. It is.
Where?
Here. It's starring Tom Hanks.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Robin Wright.
Yep. So Jenny and Forrest are back at it again.
I don't know much about this one. I think you just told me about it.
Okay, so it's directed by Robert Zemeckis, and if you don't know Robert Zemeckis' movies, get the hell out of here. Forrest Gump, Back to the Future, Castaway, to name a few. Okay, he directs movies that have an interesting concept and runs with it, and they are beautiful movies, like the aforementioned. Everybody loves those movies. This one is very, very interesting because the camera doesn't move. It's a stationary camera, and it takes place, I think, over the course of like 100 years. So you get to see the story of these people's lives from the perspective of that one stationary camera. And Tom Hanks and Robin Wright, you cannot go wrong. Robin Wright, Tom Hanks, Zemeckis.
Janae.
Yeah, I guess we couldn't talk about it without like one of us doing that, huh? Might not be a smart man. You saw the trailer.
Yes.
You said that you're gonna cry during this movie.
Yes.
Even from the trailer, I was like, oh, it's so emotional. It's beautiful.
It kind of gives me, since it takes
Takes place over 100 years.
over 100 years, it kind of gives me like Up
Oh yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit. Like I'm like, okay, that one already like made me cry, but like
yeah.
this one feels like the 100-year Up.
The 100-year Up, starring Tom Hanks. So yeah, I really want to see that movie for all the above reasons. You know what's funny though? It's like it's one of those things where like the trailer looks really good and then you watch it and it just sucks. Which we'll talk about the movie that we're reviewing later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next movie trailer.
This one comes out November 15th.
Sorry about that. Didn't mean to step on you. When was that again?
November 15th.
Got it.
Don't step on my damn toes.
We're all playing our parts here. All right, next movie.
Wicked.
Something wicked
Another
comes this way.
musical.
Okay. I know that it is based off of the musical, which is based off of Wizard of Oz, correct? I've not seen the musical.
Okay.
I've heard people fucking love it.
I'm on the same page with you.
Really? If it comes through town, I think we should check it out.
It has come through town.
Well, when it does come through town again.
Okay.
Who is it starring?
It is starring Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande.
Interesting casting choice. I think Michelle Yeoh is also in there.
Yes.
And for those not familiar with the story of Wicked, it is the story of the Wicked Witch and the Good Witch as they enter through Hogwarts or something along the lines of that.
So it's their Hogwarts in a way. That's how you would put it.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of told through the point of perspective of Elphaba,
Yes.
right? Which is like the Wicked Witch.
I can't wait for people to misspell my name to that.
Dude, the trailer looks fucking amazing. This movie looks visually stunning, if not anything else. And I mean, even if it was just like a well put together trailer, it looks like it's going to be a very powerful, an epic. It looks like it's going to be an epic movie. Probably a movie that I wouldn't expect myself to go see, but like it just, I gravitated to all the shiny things.
It's for all the theater nerds in a way. Like,
Ah.
yeah. But it's also a two-parter.
Oh, interesting, really?
So this one comes out this year and part 2 comes out, I believe, like November or December of next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will see part 2 if I like part 1. So
You're going to see part 2 because I'm dragging you.
No. You know what, though? We've done this before where, and I know it's an unfair comparison, but years ago on Valentine's Day, you dragged me to see 50 Shades of Grey.
I quit after 1.
Right? And when they announced the sequel, you're like, I'm not going to force you into seeing those ones.
I didn't even see the sequel. I was like, I'm good with 1 and that was it.
Lordy. So anyways, I'm really excited to see Wicked. It looks amazing. Like it's going to be a cinematic musical spectacle. So that one comes out when?
That one comes out November 22nd.
Sweet Jeebus. November's packed with a lot of movies.
Yes.
So is August. Like before we recorded, we were like booking tickets for Borderlands coming out this week.
Cuckoo
is same weekend, right? We're going to check it out.
We got Alien Romulus
next
coming
week?
up. Yeah. The Crow. I think there's another one.
My God. We're doing this for you guys.
We already got tickets for Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah, we did. Hell yeah. Anyways, next movie trailer on the list.
And this is going to be your favorite one here.
Oh, boy.
It's Mufasa, the
movie,
Lion King.
Yeah. The movie that nobody was fucking asking for.
I didn't know they were making one,
Exactly.
but I'll watch it.
Okay, what did you think of the quote-unquote, live action The Lion King?
I think it was like a miss from the Jungle Book. I can tell because it roughly came out, I think like a year after the Jungle Book. And I could see where they were kind of going with it, but I think it missed a little bit, but I still enjoyed it.
Specifically, I think the parts that it missed was the blueprint was there as far as the original cartoon. Mm-hmm. And they like didn't hit those beats, like the stampede moment. Wow, what a complete miss. Also, okay, yes, it's amazing. It visually CGI wise to create those the animals computer generated. What looked amazing, but it suffered the the ugly sonic realism, the hyper realism. Because like if I recall in The Lion King, these animals are spewing out this like really emotional, impactful, epic, to overuse the word again, dialogue, all while they're being lions, animals, and cats. So they're like, you know, not purring. They're like they're grooming themselves as, you know, they're spewing all this dialogue. And I'm like, yeah, hey, animators, I get that you were able to make them look like real lions, but you tone it down a notch, you know? Maybe if they would have animated their eyes, I would have kind of allowed some of that like emotion, because real lions can't emote, you know? So that was like the miss for me with The Lion King.
We'll ask Ari here. Can they emote, Ari?
Yeah, our fucking podcast cat is just chill. Every time we record, he's chilling. He's like, I'm part of it. They know.
He said they can't emote, but they can sleep.
God, what a I wish I could live that life.
You leave my little boogersums alone.
So, too much to our surprise, I was sitting there in the movie theaters actually watching the trailers, and then this thing pops up, and I'm like, Mufasa.
Mufasa.
Okay, prequels aren't exactly a bad thing, but no one was asking for this, so, you know, you kind of, as writers, have free range to create whatever backstory that you want. It could be interesting. But my problem was, did you see the cast?
Yes, I did see the cast.
Okay.
And it is a very good cast, a very big cast.
Well, hold on now. Are you familiar with any of that cast?
Mads Mikkelsen?
No.
No, but
not the question I'm asking. The question I'm asking is, did you know that a lot of that cast are the voices of The Lion King? So if this is a prequel movie, why is like the majority of that cast a lot of those characters? Unless it's going to be told like in a flashback thing.
Maybe it's going to be like the younger versions of them.
Ooh, I kind of hope not, because I feel like there's a big age gap between a lot of those. Like Timon and Pumbaa, like the actors are there.
Yeah. Seth
Rogen and Billy Eichner. I feel like there's a giant age gap. It felt like Mufasa was an old character. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how they're going to do that. I hope it's explained away in a not like, you know, cheesy ass way. But you're going to have to drag me to go see that one.
Mufasa comes out December 20th. So if you don't have anything to do on Christmas Day, maybe see it after Nosferatu. But, you know, if you want to get away from family, you can go ahead and see this one.
No, the kids are going to drag you to go see that one. Parents who are listening. Okay, now can we talk about our movie that we saw?
I have something to say before we see that movie, and I want to get this on record. Okay, on record, I would like Wicked tickets for my Christmas present. Just like last year, how I got Mamma Mia. So they're coming back.
Okay.
Wicked.
Is that what you're doing right now?
Yes,
you were
that's what I was doing
tickets?
because that's what matters in my life right now. I need to take you to another musical.
I actually liked Mamma Mia.
Okay.
That was the seats were fucking tiny as hell, but like I enjoyed the musical.
So
I'm down.
It's starting December.
Okay.
You got till December to February.
All right, sweet Jesus Christ.
Just making sure on the
what
record.
What are you gonna do for me?
On the record.
On the record.
That's it. I don't know.
Okay. Now let's get to business.
Yes. Trap.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we talked about this movie trailer a few episodes ago, and with all the excitement, bright-eyed, bushy-tailedness. Oh, it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie. It's starring Josh Hartnett. The premise of the movie seemed interesting. It was Josh Hartnett is playing a serial killer called the Butcher, and a trap is being set for him in the space of a concert. The pop star played by M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, Salika Night Shyamalan.
Salika Shyamalan.
And I thought, wow, that's really fascinating. We love, maybe not a great word, we love our serial killers. Experiencing this through the perspective of the killer.
Oh, yeah.
Seems fascinating. It went nowhere.
Okay, I thought it was going to take place all in like one place.
By the way, heads up, possible spoilers. So just, you know.
And I was kind of surprised that they had to move locations because once they moved locations, it started to miss.
Yeah. Well, I'll even say that, like, as they were in the initial location of the concert, towards the second half of that whole setting, it started to miss for me because there are scenes where, you know, the SWAT are surrounding the venue, and there's like SWAT after SWAT after SWAT to a comical level. Like, dude, no city has that many policemen. And no city, why the hell are they literally posted up at every like column?
And are they borrowing police from other states, like
Dude,
other
it
cities?
was maybe I like, and then they kind of reveal, and again, spoiler, sorry, but like I to jump ahead, I don't think anybody should see this movie. But they're evidently he only has killed 12 people.
Only 12. He needs a baker's dozen.
Can't. I'm scared. So they're making him out to seem like this big crazy killer, and then it kind of is revealed that he's he's neat and tidy and well put together and all that OCD and all that other stuff. So he's not like a mass killer or nothing like that. It was just weird, the choices that they decided to make for this character, and then Hartnett himself. Now, I really hope that how he played the butcher, Cooper, his other alias, I hope that choice was made by M. Night Shyamalan. Mm-hmm. Because if it was Hartnett's decision to play him as this like Boy Scout, it was a miss. Hartnett is a great actor. I think he's a fantastic actor, but I didn't feel the danger in behind his eyes.
No, I felt like I could push him away and get away.
Yeah. The other problem with this movie is that it abandoned the point of view of the killer. Mm-hmm. And then, as every movie is composed of 3 acts. First act is his point of view. The second act is through the perspective of, again, spoiler, the pop star, Lady Raven, played by Salika Night Shyamalan.
Salika Shyamalan.
Not Salika Night.
No.
My bad. And she's not a great actress. So those like real close-up shots, she wasn't able to illustrate those little minute, emotions.
Big eyes.
The better to see you with. And in the moments where she's confronting Cooper, I didn't feel it. It was kind of all over the place. And then on the third act, the perspective changes yet again. And by shifting the perspective to the different characters, you're confused. I felt like the audience, I was confused as to like, wait, who am I rooting for? This character, that, or the other? And also by utilizing that time to show it through their eyes, mm-hmm. you weren't able to build any kind of backstory, although they really attempted it. And in order for you to care about a character, you have to build that background up. And it was all just gone.
And like they gave him the name The Butcher. And I was like, what is he, a mobster or something? Like, couldn't you give him a different name? A more scarier name?
Well, they call him that because he cut up his victims.
They could have been creative. The Butcher.
Yeah.
All right, is he going to like give me 2 pounds of freaking chicken?
Yep.
Like, what? It's not like, okay, I don't know if I'm like...
Take it down.
Yeah, I don't know if I am desensitized.
Uh-huh.
But the name didn't really give me like the heebie-jeebies.
No, okay, that's the thing. None of it made me feel scared. And then there's parts of the movie where he's like a Houdini kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like the master escape artist. But because we're in a technological era, obviously everybody with the fucking camera would see this guy doing the things that he's doing. But I felt like they wrote themselves into a corner. And I felt like the writers trapped themselves. And so in order to allow the bad guy or whatever to get away with it, everybody else had to be dumb.
And that's what gets me when you have characters that you make dumb. And it takes away from the actual killer to play full on his mind games. Like,
good point.
They catch on too quickly, and then your moves are too predictable because you're dumbed down. So then they're like, the movie then feels like, we're just gonna like go through the steps of what we think it should always be like in a movie of following a serial killer or something like that. So then it kind of like takes away from that feeling that you're supposed to be getting. You take away the fear factor.
I felt like the way this character could have been played to make it feel a little better is he plays that Boy Scout, the good loving firefighter, loving dad, good neighbor to everyone else, right? And then as everyone turns away, his face goes serious, like stay in that serious mode. But once spoiler again, once he's revealed, he still has that like
It's like he's panicking, but doesn't know which.
He has that dorky persona still turned on, and I'm like, no, it would have been great if he did kind of like a Dexterish thing and just went complete dead inside. You're the butcher. You're the scariest person. You're the person that's so scary that they had to set a trap for you, and that they had to surround a whole stadium full of literally every fucking policeman and every SWAT person, 10 people per door, one person per column, a ridiculous amount of security. And then to just bypass it the way that they bypassed it was just so fucking dumb.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, 30 minutes into the movie, I go, oh boy, they need to redeem this shit.
And then the second act felt like it went way too long, which then felt like the second act was cut into two. That made the second half of the second act feel like a third act.
Oh, interesting.
And then, so when you finally get to the third act where there's like that, you're getting to the end of the movie, there's a twist, because of course you know there's going to be a twist. It just feels like you're playing act 4 or 5 by then.
Yeah, very true.
Then it drags. So that's why I'm just like, I thought the whole thing was supposed to be in one
spot.
One spot.
Again, I felt like they roped themselves into a corner. I felt like they were like, here's what I feel. I feel like they go, all right, M. Night Shyamalan, big name. Here's the premise. Greenlit it. They lock down the first location. They're filming it. And I bet as they're filming it, they go, oh, this isn't actually going to work. And so let's shoot everything that we can here, try to write ourselves out of the corner. And it just seemed very forced and shoehorned and like, oh, a very lucky situation kind of thing. Like this guy was supposed to be like a mastermind, and you didn't let him
be the mastermind.
Oh man, what a miss! Just a hard miss. I'm sorry, but like whatever little faith I had in M. Night Shyamalan is now completely gone. Now the next time we go, oh.
Welcome to the club.
This is what it feels like. He had his good movies in the past. I will forever cherish those. But, should another trailer pop up and it's like directed by M. Night Shyamalan, I'm not going to rush to go see it.
I mean, props for him for still doing movies and getting movies greenlit and everything. 100% props. Maybe take a little bit of time.
Focus on the writing.
Maybe focus on your plan, how you visualize everything, and stick to it.
Not to mention, it wasn't shot great. It really wasn't shot great.
No.
It felt like an early 2000s movie.
There's some times that I felt like they zoomed in too much into the person's face. Where I'm like, okay, I get it. Like I'm right in their face. Yeah. I don't need to be right in their face.
That's kind of like his signature style, the way that he frames and shoots some of those things. It just didn't work.
It takes away from the fear.
Oh, for sure. And it just it's so weird. It felt like someone else stealing Shyamalan's style and then just putting a bad premise to it or a bad story to it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
We're all bummed out.
Welcome to the club.
Man.
He knows what he did.
Rub his nose in it.
I mean,
no, Shyamalan, no.
I still give him props for making the movie, like at least attempting it, because I would not be able to attempt to make a movie. Yeah, I get distracted halfway through.
We will review them. We will happily review them. So don't check this movie out. We didn't think highly of it. I think I'm done with Shyamalan.
You think or you are? It's a yes or no.
Those are the rules set in our house?
Yes.
It's, I'm done. Okay. I'm done with them.
Okay, I'll get you your welcome package. Take a cat.
Take a cat. Oh, boy. So, yeah, those are the movies that we're excited to go check out, some of them. And that's the movie to not check out. So, sum it all up.
Got Joker Folie à Deux, Terrifier 3, Here, Wicked,
Hell yeah.
Mufasa,
Bleh. Trap,
and
don't
of
see
course, it. Trap. See it at your own risk.
Yeah. Ready to wrap it up?
Yes, sir.
All right, darling. Tell people where they can find us.
They can find us at Forehead Films, FOREHED Films, on Instagram and TikTok.
At those locations, you can also check out a more short form review. And you might have noticed that I'm doing lower production short form video reviews because we're busy with a lot of things. And as much as I love setting up for like the higher production stuff, it's time consuming. And I want to still make sure that we're letting you guys know about these movies, whether to watch them or not.
Yes.
So there you go. Check those movies out. Tell us if we missed anything. Let us know what movies you're excited to see or not excited to see. And in the meantime, let us know what movies are on your growing list of films that has people asking you the question.
You haven't seen that?
Later, folks.
Okay, bye.